For a second, you thought we were going to overtime, but we are not. Sixers pull out the victory thanks to those late free throws, and they get the win in Brooklyn. So we welcome you here to Sixers Postgame Live, brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. I'm Amy Fiddle alongside Jim Lynam, the coach, and our big man, Mark Jackson. And listen, guys, we were out here living and dying in every single bucket. That last play by James Harden, which then Joel Embiid got the rebound and fouled, you thought that was a good look, and then they just didn't go their way. But the free throws down the stretch were huge, obviously, Jim.
Yeah, that was probably the play of the game offensively for the Sixers. Good play by Doc. Harden had a crease going to the lane. And what happens in a play like that, a lot of times the big guy helps. He doesn't want to give up a layup. And as a result, Joel Embiid went right to the front of the rim, got a terrific offensive rebound. And what I loved, he didn't just like get rid of it. He loaded up. He took that thing down, bent his knees, and powered in the air. When Joe does that, forget it. You have no chance. He can carry two people to the rim on either arm if he chose to do so. And, of course, he made the two free throws.
He did. And that's worrisome because a lot of times you see big men bring the ball down, you're thinking, don't do that. But when you're Joel Embiid and you go up that much stronger, that's why he can do that. Let's check out this end-of-game sequence. It's a Colonial Nissan game changer. And, Mark, I mean, they were down in 4-2 was the last time they led. And you can see it's a one-point game. They're down one. They got two stops, including this stepping out of bounds right here. Great seal and closeout on the defensive end by those two.
Absolutely. Joel Embiid forcing the offensive guy then to the baseline, and James coming to help. And then look at this drive by James.
It was funny, after this, they called a timeout after Joel hit this, and you saw the frustration there from James Harden, and you could feel it. He thought that was his to have.
Yeah, I mean, he made a good play. You know, Claxton is a big, long guy, and I probably just to get it over his outstretched hand was just misdirected the shot just enough. Good play here.
Oh, this was a great play.
And Bridges has a tough layup to make, and unfortunately for the Sixers, he missed it.
Mark, when you watch this play, he flashes out. They're able to get him the ball, and he actually makes a great baseline play that didn't go in. And then here's point 9. Spencer Dinwiddie, if he actually just shot it when he caught it, he might have gotten that off, but he kind of gathered himself. But it was a crazy sequence. You can see clearly has the ball in his hand. But for them to get 2 plays off with less than a second to go, I was like, what's going on here?
Absolutely. And then when he shot this from Dame late range.
Yeah, he did.
Listen, he was left open, and nowadays, that's an easy bucket for a lot of these guards in the NBA now.
I mean, it's 30 feet. No one cares. That's just like they walk into the gym. But that play from Mikal Bridges, it was a little bit of a defensive breakdown because the Sixers had played pretty well defensively, haven't they? But then they get him so free, and obviously it just didn't roll. I mean, Mikal Bridges playing in his first game with the Nets. That's a shot that if you're the Sixers, you're pretty thankful it didn't go down.
Absolutely. It was a brain fart by the Sixers. The guys left Dinwiddie open at top of the key right up there. But listen, Dinwiddie, the shot didn't count, but it was still a good look, and this team's going to be okay.
Yeah,
that's going to be okay.
That's
not better than the Sixers.
Yeah, but everybody thinking that the Nets are kind of, dead in the water. They might not be, but you saw that they have some real players. Maybe no superstars, but they got some actual players. Now, speaking of superstars, Sixers got one. Let's check in with Joel Embiid now.
Well, Joel, it sure got hairy there the last 0.9 seconds as Dinwiddie hit the bucket, but the ball not out of his hands. Second straight night, you were able to rally from a double-digit deficit to knock off a New York team. How did y'all do it tonight?
We locked in that fourth quarter, just getting stops, and then offensively, we had a couple drive possessions, especially to start the fourth. And then when we were down one, we had like 4 possessions in a row to go up one. We couldn't make it happen, but we made shots when, especially free throws when it counted.
Last 2 games, JoJo, just shows me what you guys are capable of when you hang together. How important is it to hang together as a unit, even when things go wrong?
It's good, but we want to be the best, so that's not good enough. We got to start from the beginning. We can't keep putting ourselves in this type of holes. So we got to do it for 4 quarter. We can't just wait, for the end of the third or the fourth quarter to, rally back. Like I said, we just got to be better.
But the good news is, for the second straight night, you were incredible defensively in the fourth quarter. You held the Knicks to 15 last night, Joe. You held Brooklyn to 16 tonight. And at the end of the game, you and James had a big play on Spencer Dinwiddie down on this end. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I think, for most of the second half, we went 1 through 5. So, I found myself, guarding the perimeter a lot. And I think I did a pretty fine job doing that. It's hard doing that the whole game, especially when you got to do so much offensively. But I can go 1 through 5, and we did it as a team, just connected with each other, and we got to stop when we needed them.
Looks like the group's confidence is growing game in and game out, especially when you have to go through tough games like last night and tonight. Do you see it that way, JoJo?
Yeah, it's good. It just shows you that, first of all, I'm not happy because we should not put ourselves in those positions, but it also shows you that we can make plays when we need them and when we want to.
Yep.
So it's all about putting it together for a whole game.
Well, you did it last night. You did it tonight. You got 2 W's. Go Birds tomorrow?
Yes.
Thanks, JoJo.
Thanks, Joe. As we head back to Philly.
I love it, Joel Embiid. Yeah, I think I did all right on that end. I mean, obviously, he had some really good defensive stops, and he mentioned the free throws. Let's check out Joel Embiid as the subject of our stargazing, brought to you by Get Covered New Jersey. And another great fourth quarter. Jim, we were just talking about this. You told me his numbers fourth quarter last night, fourth quarter tonight. Why don't you share?
Yeah, defensively, I think Kate just said it to Joe. The fourth quarter defense, and it's not the first we've seen this. And this team is capable of really going shutdown on another team in late stages of the game. And obviously the big fella right there is one of the main reasons, because you can't drive to the basket when he's down there and he wants to say, no, not tonight.
Yeah, that's sachet, not really a step back, a sachet three-pointer, obviously at the shot clock buzzer, but he really had it all working again. We saw this last night, Mark, against the Knicks, inside and outside, and he did it again tonight.
He did. He just still is a dominant force, and it's hard to defend him because you know why? He can overpower you down low. You put a bigger guy, he can go by him on the perimeter, and he has the ball handling skills and the shooting skill to score anyone.
You can see his numbers, 37. Last night he had 35. He was 14 of 18 last night. He's 12 of 18. Only missed 1 free throw. He did make that 3. Another double-digit rebound. He's rounding into form, and it's interesting because Nick Claxton plays actually a decent defense on him when you think about it. But Joel Embiid is just able to bully his way through. Is that something that you're going to continue to see, Jim, or is this a matchup thing?
No, he's going to bully against most of them when he's down. Most, not all. When he's down in that basket area, he had a terrific turnaround shot there. When just the way he turns, he's so much bigger than most of these guys. And once he gets a clean look from 15 foot on down, it's almost automatic.
Mark, when you're looking at what Joel Embiid does, 37 points. He's leading the league. He's an all-star starter. And then you see him after the game, and he mentions things like free throws and that defensive end. That's the kind of well-rounded game you need when you think about where this team wants to go. Can he be that guy for them at all times?
Amy, he's proven that.
Yeah.
He's proven that he's that guy. You know what's so special about Joel Embiid? When it was up 1, Joel Embiid shooting free throws, you knew what was happening. That he's a free throw king. Like, he makes them at a high clip, a high caliber. And nowadays, you kind of hold your breath guys at the foul line. We don't do that with Joel Embiid. We expect them to go in. If they touch the rim, we're like, oh, he must have an off night, but he's still going to go in.
You used a good word there, and well-rounded. And Mark and I were talking upstairs that there's something that's not quite right now with this team. And I just looking at the numbers, 37 for Joe, 29 for James Harden. You ready? The other 3 starters combined have about 5 points. That's not exactly the definition of well-rounded.
That could be a little bit of a problem. They did it was the first team to 100 points, and that was the Sixers. For a while, it looked like no one was going to get to 100 points in this one. It was a little bit of a kind of like a choppy game. Are those hard, Mark, when you're out there and the game is so kind of jumpy like it was?
Yes, it's about runs. It's about runs. And the Sixers went on a run, and the Nets went ice cold. They were hot second and third quarter. Fourth quarter come, they went over 4 minutes without scoring at one point.
Yeah.
And I want to give credit to the Philadelphia 76ers as well, but then also they had open looks that just didn't fall. And that's something about consistency. A lot of times in this league, when the teams make runs, a guy's legs get tired. And I think that happened to the Nets, but also I thought the 76ers had a second gear that they went to the next couldn't match.
Yeah, they were stuck at 96 for, I feel like, the longest time. And then, obviously, the Sixers then took the lead, and they didn't give it back. They got the lead at the very end, and that's all that really matters.